All right, welcome back to CT Sports Now. And yes, just like that, we have become three as it is time in the high school football season on a Tuesday. Look who is here, Sean Patrick Bowley.
From Gametime CT. Gametime CT. You tell people I got it right 2 times at least. Forget about the times I got it wrong. Gametime CT.
It's a new season, though.
Now, he'll get on you for mispronouncing his name. That's what he'll do now. Paguaga, he'll be like, "Wait, you got my name wrong, though."
How did I say it?
You said, I forget. He just likes the attention.
Pete.
Double P.
All right, let's get into it. Top 10 poll just released. You got your votes in, and quickly you turned around.
First of all.
How have you been? Did you have a nice summer?
Tremendous, yeah.
Good.
I
wish we had time
I went
to
skydiving,
way.
kayaking, and I was all over the place.
We needed video of that.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, it was great.
Kayaking and skydiving.
No. No, nothing.
Well,
you look well rested.
You're living
you look
dangerously
good, you're looking
now.
dapper. All right.
So
now that we got the pleasantries out of the way, let's start with 6 through 10. We have a graphic. Let's look at it and take us through it real quickly, Sean.
what do you got? Well, number 10, we got the Naugatuck Greyhounds.
How about that? Quick turnaround for the Greyhounds.
Yeah, they had a great season under Dave Salazzo last year. They gave Ansonia a little ride. It was a little too much Markel Dobbs. But they have a lot of guys back. A great senior class is everyone's been kind of waiting for them to arrive at Naugatuck, and they pop right into the poll. Everyone thinks they're the best team in the NVL, with Ansonia losing so many guys. So they get in there at number 10. We'll see what the Greyhounds got this year. Coming in at number 9, the defending Class M champions, the Killingly Redmond, as you guys we're just talking about. They lost everybody practically, state player of the year and some big linemen. But Chad Neal says his guys they think they're going to keep this thing going, and he assures me they have some good horses on the offensive side to replace the guys who left. It'll be a little bit different, but the defense is going to carry things.
And out in that part of the state, and we'll talk about that tomorrow. But they're one of the powers.
Yeah, they are. I mean, there's them, and I think Fitch is the other one everyone likes this year. But again, a lot of the games they play aren't maybe as strong as some of the other ones. But again, they're just so well coached, and I wouldn't be surprised to see them back in Class M at all. I mean, they got some pretty good ones out there.
Let's talk about East Hartford, because I think that's a team that came in at 8, but I think that's a team that could finish higher. There's some talent on that East Hartford team. We're seeing some video from last year, but this is a good team.
Right.
This guy's gone.
Yeah, he's gone. He's starting already, right?
He's starting at UConn. Yes, as a middle linebacker.
Absolutely,
yes.
but the quarterback, Raekwon Tompkins Richard Milton, their head coach, told us that. Yeah, Kevon Jones is great, but this kid is the reason why we were in the state playoffs last year. They did okay versus Darien last year. I'm sure they think they have the team. A lot of seniors back. They have the team that is going to go the extra mile this season. I mean, it would have been like 20-something years almost since they had last been there. And you could just see them. We put their preview out on Gametime CT, and it went nuts. It was like tweet. They're all fired up at East Hartford to get going.
So a team that I really like, just because they returned so many players, like Shelton, a lot of people didn't think they thought they were going to be down last year. There they were back in the playoffs last year with a young team, and again some video from last year's team, but they register in at 6.
Yeah, well, they're one of the most veteran teams in the SEC. They're fast, they're strong, they're deep. I mean, they got beat by West Haven here. I'm sure that's going to stick in their craw a little bit. This was in the state quarterfinals last year, but they have Roberts back at quarterback. Although I heard he got nicked up at a scrimmage, a little TBA on what his status is going to be. I don't know if he goes Thursday. We'll see. But the quarterback hit behind him, I hear, is pretty good. And they have Jack Carr. They're great. What was he? A defensive back or linebacker? He kind of does everything for them on defense and also runs the ball really well. And they have so many great receivers and linemen. I think they grow them on trees at Shelton.
Yeah, right.
And Jeff Roy, what he does
year after year.
You're right.
Yeah,
every year.
It's a tradition in Shelton. You play football.
Now they're not going to be able to play at home for a while, including their season opener.
Their opener against Cheshire is going to be played at West Haven.
And that's always been, Finn Stame's always been a big advantage for them.
Yeah, absolutely. And they're comfortable at West Haven too. They've played a lot of games there. They'll be just fine.
Win a lot there,
they'll be just fine against who are they playing to start? Oh, Cheshire to start. Listen, nobody right now has the experience and the guys back that Shelton does. Stranger things have happened. They've been bit before. You don't want to look at another team in the SEC. Maybe Fairfield Prep gets them. Who knows? But a lot of the people think that the SEC is a little down this year. But Shelton will gladly just take their schedule and run with it if they're going to move out of the way for them.
That said, let's take a look at the top 5 because it's almost all FCX.
Yeah, different league.
Take a look at our top 5. You have Daniel Hand in at number 5, and then from there on, Sean, the voters like that FCX.
Yeah, it is murderer's row. The FCX. I mean, look at that. You have New Canaan, which got upset last year by Massac in the Class L semis, but had won the previous 4 state championships in Class L. You have Greenwich, which is getting back to Class L, Double L. Championship game, had an undefeated season in the FCX. People thought that they were going to win it all and finally knocked Darien off. No, it didn't happen, but Darien, they always reload. Look, they might look at that and say it's a little disrespectful at number 4. We won the last 3 state championships, but they don't bring back as many of the really high power guys. But again, Rob Trufant's going to have them really rocking. I mean, they're all state. They have an all state linebacker, Connor Fay, who's just amazing.
I saw this is a scrimmage they played against Fairfield Prep earlier, and
they're
just precise. They have that short passing game that really works well, and the defense is solid. And they were just early on. They were just dominating.
It's a program there, and the job that Rob Trufant has done there is, we've said it all the time, it's tremendous. And everyone who's not from the SAC and they go play them or scout or see someone play against Darien, they're like, they are so good. Yeah. And people are saying the FCX starting to kind of pull away from everybody at the moment. SEC, in 2012, they'd won, 3 out of the 4 state championships. Ever since then, it's been all FCX.
Can one of those top 4 become, can get moved out of the state playoffs because they kind of cannibalize each other? 2 losses to one of those.
It's possible. You look at a team like Trumbull, which plays basically all those teams. Those teams don't all quite see each other. They're going to get a few misses here and there. I don't really know what the specifics are, but there are a few they don't see. Like Darien plays Ridgefield this week, and they play and the New Canaan playing St. Joseph.
Yes.
1 versus 3, by the way. Yeah. Be there or
and
be
then
square.
St. Joseph plays Darien after that, I think.
Yeah. So look, they don't do it like the SEC, where the best teams play the best teams. They just don't do it. Some people say it's a benefit. They're fresh. They're ready to go by the time playoff goes. That's been kind of the criticism of the SEC. But if you really look at it, I would prefer to see competitive games every night as far as a fan goes. But as far as a football coach goes, I'm sure that they enjoy getting a few teams that are struggling. Get them and all right. Well, let's move on our merry way after halftime. But again, the FCX is just it's. And prove us wrong, guys. Seriously.
Even that next tier of teams is good. Speaking about being on their merry way, we have to be on our merry way. We got to take a quick commercial. Sean, it's Game Time CT.